very worried that people on bariatric surgery that have hit plateaus are going to start using Ozempic. Now, I don't think that Lisa Marie Presley was using both, but Terry is just saying this is going to be a dangerous trend because at some point Ozempic and Wegovy are going to stop working and people are going to become, obsessed. Like we have an issue with weight in our country, and I've, beaten that dead horse, but
listen, do I think people that get bariatric surgery are going to turn to these drugs when they plateau? I think 100%. Do I think these things stop working? Well, let me tell you something, girlfriend. People hang out with me and they're like, holy shit, I've never seen this. Like, I eat. So I am still injecting, but my appetite is back. Now I am basically keeping off the weight. I've gained some weight. I would say I gained maybe 5 pounds back, but I'm maintaining. But the effect of me not wanting to eat ever, we're over that. I'm starving 24 hours a day and I eat. I'm still keeping the weight off. So let's just knock on wood. The only thing I disagree with is during the pandemic, when I was 40 pounds heavier, working on this podcast, I was so happy. I love fashion. Okay. It's not, when I go out, I want clothes to hang on me. I want a certain look. And I just want to present myself to the world. It really is. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding, because when I was home and I was like, all you're going to do is wear sweatpants for the next 5 years of your life, I let myself go. So it really ties into fashion. I do realize I have more. So I think there are a lot of people out there that have a self-worth more than their weight. It's just, if you can choose category A or category B and stab yourself with the needle, you choose category B. That's all. But Terry has actually scared me somewhat. I'm not stopping, but Terry has opened my eyes that I'm a little bit scared. That's all.
Okay. Do we have time? I don't know. You're keeping track of time.
Yeah, we have a minute. We have to do RHONY, girl.
Okay. So yeah, go on. Tell me what your thought. I haven't had, I've been up in Northern Michigan. Now I'm here in Maine. Tell me what you
have. You watched? You haven't. You don't have to have watched.
No, I was literally in Northern Michigan,
staying
at these 100-year-old cabins. They have no TV and no Wi-Fi. It was lovely, David.
Guys, we're lucky to even have Sarah here today. Trust me. I'm like, and by the way, just because you think people have slipped into the DMs. Like last week, they got one of you. They got one of Rachel Yucatel as the gossip. Aww. And they said, where is the 2 days of Sarah? Really? I'm not kidding you. We have a lovely gentleman named Will who's like, I don't know about this, one day with this one and one day with that one. Where's our Sarah? I'm like, listen, I've said it before. Sarah is the fly-by-night traveling the world sister, and Kim D is the kooky fucking aunt. But when you people get sick, when you guys get sick and you are not feeling well, the cool sister Sarah is still traveling the world, and the kooky aunt Kim D ain't coming back. I am sorry. I'm going to be the only person here dead at this computer with no life, as Sarah has pointed out, with all of you. So you better just all be ready for everybody to fucking leave us and to be left with nobody. And I'll just have to do solo shows. We want our Sarah, but I mean, man. Okay, so we're very happy to have you, Sarah. Really.
We got the most amazing comment too. I was like, oh my God, it was the best. Oh, here it is.
People like you.
Amazing episode, David, with Sarah today. One of your guys' best, and I have enjoyed them all. You two are so smart and cerebral about the shape and direction where Bravo and reality TV is going. I loved that dialogue, as well as your guys' thoughts on RHOC and RHOA. But David, we need you on site at BravoCon 2023. Have to hear your true reactions. Please go.
People, that's referring to our chat. People loved our chat about like the future of Housewives and like, has the formula played out? Well, that does tie into RHONY, the RHONY reboot. Look, I love the big picture talks. I love, will this affect New Jersey? Will this affect other franchises? Here's the thing. I get why people love it, and I get why people don't love it. I feel it really, to me, has breathed life into the franchise. We have a whole bunch of new women. Look, the entire episode, Sarah, was fighting over cheese. It was. So it is clear to me that now that Bravo has started over, I really feel they're like, this is how you reinvent it. I mean, this is why I'm still not convinced. As of right now, there's no New Jersey contracts which have been sent out. Everybody's been lied to. I do think all of New Jersey's coming back, but I'm not convinced. I really think Bravo is like, we're not dealing with this. We're not dealing with bots. We're not dealing with questions of racism. We're not dealing with, I think Bravo is like, we are doing a show like old school, light and bright. And that's clear because we're fighting over cheese. So a lot of people that have slipped into my DMs are like, I'm not watching a show that's where we're talking about cheese for an hour. And other people are like, this is fucking like back to the front. People are comparing it to Miami. So like Miami kind of started over. I think I like it. I like it. I just think we're light and bright, right? When Sai was on my podcast, I talked to her about like Ebony and, if people blame her for the demise in season 13. And, Sai's like, look, if race comes, and I said, people say there's no place for race and politics on Housewives. Agree or disagree, Sai? It's not me. You're here for the interview. And Sai's like, look, if it comes onto our show naturally, I'm like, sweetie, it's never going to come onto your show because Bravo's
They'll edit. Yeah.
So I think this is light and bright and this is what people want, right?
It is. It's like to me, I watch RHOC this current season, and it's the same thing, right? We're on the little rinky-dink boat, fighting about, Tamra did, Shannon, why Shannon didn't call her for a year. I mean, that is what it is, back to the basics on RHOC. Absolutely nothing major is happening. And I think people love it. I think people, and what I appreciate the most about Bravo is it's a show you can put on. You could be chasing your child around. You could be doing dishes. You come back. You really haven't missed anything, when the seasons are about cheese and about Shannon and Tamra's friendship. You've missed nothing. I think they know what people, I think that is exactly what people want. I think people want fighting over cheese. I think it was brilliant. Again, I haven't watched, but just reading the recaps, I think it was brilliant that they bleeped out the Catch restaurant name and everyone had to figure it out. Great, PR work. Yeah, I think that's exactly what people want. They're loving it.
And then you factor in Crappie Lake, which is also light and like, and I'm curious if, I don't know, I'm curious, are people like preferring Crappie Lake? Are they preferring this? I mean, people do miss the OGs. I mean, I just wonder, I talked to this about Sai. Are we now going to reboot other franchises? You and I disagree on the OC. I think to me, it's like, I don't know, am I biased because I live in New York? So like, I go to Catch, like these are my places. Like, so I identify with this. To me, it's like, then I look at this suburban, van in the OC and I'm like, oh, kill me. But the world lives in suburbia and the 90% of the people are not living in New York and LA. There is a middle of the country, David. So, I mean, maybe the OC, I'm not giving it enough credit for. I agree with you. It is back to its old school form. And so I like the OC this season better than I have in years. I just feel, do we breathe life into other franchises that need to start over? It's a thing. I mean, are we going to start? And someone asked Andy this on either Twitter and it's posted, it's going around. And they're like, now that this is so successful, I'm like, I'm dying to see numbers. I want to see numbers on Crappie Lake. I love the numbers and RHONY, but Andy's like, he did like a emoji of like, someone's like, should we reboot other franchises? And he's like,